Okay, this is for Algebra 2, and this is log properties, day 1. The first property we're going to look at is the product property, and this is just saying that the log of a product is the sum of the logs of its factors. Basically, it's telling you that addition becomes multiplication. So if you have log base 3 of 4 plus log base 3 of 7, as long as the base is the same, you can multiply those numbers, and it just becomes log base 3 of 4 times 7, or log base 3 of 28. The second property is called the quotient property, and this just says that the log of a quotient is the difference of the logs of its factors. You just got to remember that subtraction becomes a fraction, or subtraction becomes division. So if you have log base 2 of 3 minus log base 2 of 4, you would change that to log base 2 of 3 over 4. It's important that the first log is what goes on top. The power property is that the log of a power is a product of the log and the exponent. So if you have an exponent, you can just move it to the front. So log base 2 of 3 to the x can be rewritten as x times log base 2 of 3. Sometimes they'll give you values. If you had a book, you'd probably have a table at the back that had all these logarithmic values so that you could replace the log function with an actual number. So log base 3 of 18, 18 will break down to 2 times 9, so that could be log base 3 of 2 plus log base 3 of 9. Now they've only given us values for 2 and for 7, so it doesn't get us anywhere, so we just leave it at this point. We can't actually put numbers in. We could put a number in over here, but not having one on the right side means that it does us no good. So log base 3 of 14 could be rewritten as log base 3 of 2 plus log base 3 of 7. We know that log base 3 of 2 is 0.6310 plus log base 3 of 7 is 1.7712. So then you would just go to your calculator and add those. And your answer would be 2.4022. If you did the middle one, log base 3 of 7 over 2, this would be the log base 3 of 7 minus the log base 3 of 2, because a division or a fraction becomes subtraction. Log base 3 of 7 is 1.7712 minus log base 3 of 2 is 0.6310, just from looking at the information they gave you. So 1.7712 minus 0.6310 gives you 1.1402. And then log base 3 of 2/3 would be like saying log base 3 of 2 minus log base 3 of 3. We don't have a value for both of them, so we would leave it right there. Log base 2 of 49. There's two ways you could look at it. You could say first that that's log base 2 of 7 squared. So then that squared would come to the front, 2 times log base 2 of 7. So 2 times log base 2 of 7 is 2.8074. So 2 times 2.8074 is 5.6148. Another way you could have looked at that was log base 2 of 7 plus log base 2 of 7, because 7 times 7 is 49. You'd end up with the same answer either way. So log base 5 of 64 is like saying log base 5 of 8 squared. Move your squared, so 2 times log base 5 of 8. So 2 times 1.2920. And so 2.584. All right, when you have one like this, you're wanting to break it down to where there is simply one log on each side of the equation. So start by dealing with anything in front of the word log. So this 3 is going to come over here and be a cubed root for x. We know that subtraction becomes a fraction, so this is now log base 5 of x to the 3rd over 4. Okay, I took this and put it over that. That's still equal to log base 5 is 16. Once you get it to this point and there's a log base 5 on both sides, as long as it's the same base, they cancel each other out. And so it gives you an equation. X to the third over 4 is equal to 16. You're going to take and multiply by the 4. X to the third is equal to 64. You have to uncube it. So rooftop to the 1 divided by 3. And you get X is equal to 4. You want to move this 2 over here and make it an exponent. So log base 7 of x squared is equal to log base 7. Addition becomes multiplication. So you're going to do 27 times 3. And you're going to get 81. The log base 7's cancel. X squared is equal to 81. We know that the square root of 81 is 9. So addition becomes multiplication. So this becomes log of 10 because 2 times 5 is 10. This is not on your notes, just a little more practice. Subtraction becomes a fraction, so it becomes log of 500 over 5, and then you would actually divide and reduce. Log of 100. This 2 is going to become an exponent, so log base 3 of x plus 1 squared. That's log properties, day 1. If you have questions, come see me during speed.